My name's Darryn Goodaker. I have a wife, Tammy Goodaker, 3 boys, Jonathan, JT, and Colton. And then I have a daughter, is named Carmen. Several years back, I went to a divorce, and it wasn't, first marriage wasn't what it was supposed to be. Of course, had Colton and John, and they ended up living with me. They still live with me, and went back and forth. Didn't know if I wanted to be with somebody else. Didn't know if I wanted to find somebody else, and then there was times whenever I wanted to find somebody else. Then, not too long before I got to talking with Tammy, I prayed out to God, and I said, whatever your will is, I'm okay with it. I'll be okay, the way things are, and, I'll be okay if I find somebody, either way. And I was at Dollar Store in Smithland, checking out, and Tammy walked through the door, and let's say, I don't know exactly what it was. It was God, we looked directly at each other, looked directly at our eyes, met, and we followed. She walked around the counter, I followed, we just looked at each other until we got out of sight of each other, and I can't remember if it was a few days later, but we called in at Hometown Market and made us an order for lunch. Walked in there, and I seen her again, And of course, she was busy, so she didn't make, but I noticed that. And then that evening after work, was coming back, and coming back home, and I noticed the rig. I paid attention to what rig she drove when we left Dollar Store. And went in there, I was like, I'm going to stop in, I'm going to at least get a pack of gum or something. So I walked in there, got a pack of gum. She noticed me when I walked in that time. And I'm not a very big talker, kind of a shy person, but we ended up started talking. It felt right. It was, we have our differences, 2 families coming together. There is, your occasional differences, but for the most part, everybody, it's brother and sister love, as far as with the kids, they act like any other brother and sister that you see. And I always tell them, there ain't no step in family. We're family. They're my kids. All of them's my kids. They're my family. I pray for them just like I pray for the rest, the other 2. They're my family. God blessed me with 4 kids and a wife. And way more than I ever deserved. John, JT, Colton, Carmen, y'all are precious gifts from God. I love y'all so much. I can't imagine my life without y'all. I pray for God to watch over you and protect you and bless you. I pray for y'all to do what God's will is. I try to show y'all that to trust in Him, put your trust in Him. I believe that's what a dad's job is to do. Is to guide y'all, teach y'all about God, the important things in life, protect you. God trusted me in taking care of you. I mess up at times, but I try to do what I feel God wants me to do.